Good evening, Bravo traders. Brendon here giving a recap on Intel. I know a lot of you guys traded this today, and I know Brian took it short just at the open. I even said in chat, hey guys, look, what I noticed is that the 200s are coming in on the daily real close to the price action, and these historic daily support and resistance lines are coming in at the 200. I mean, everything's lining up. It's like all the stars are aligning. So what I noticed was weakness during the pre-market, tested VWAP, and was about to test it again after the sell. So it really looked weak, looked like it was going to knock down to these 200s on the daily. And it looked like I thought I missed my opportunity. It was just chopping around, was selling off. Thought it would just break and just who knows where it would go after that. So I know a lot of you went short, but what happened was on the 1 minute, we see a lot of buying with these huge wicks here, and that is just, it does not like those 200 levels. And I said, okay, if it does it again, if it doesn't crack the 200, which is right here, it's probably going to jump up the VWAP again. And I said I'll go long if it bounced off again. So went here, sat here for a second, then started being buying up. And I said, okay, I'm going long here. So I put my stop at the crack of that 200 daily level, which was about 10 cents from my entry. And then my risk was at VWAP. So it was about 20 cents away. So I had about a 2-to-1 original risk reward. So I like that, really like that. So I jumped in here, I sold half here, and I noticed that it just kept running up. It was just out of control, it was nuts. And then I sold the rest at the high pre-market. I mean, you have to keep your charts open, and because that was the next target after. There was no clear target after VWAP. It just had so much momentum that this is the only thing in sight. So I ended up getting like a 50 or a 60 cent move on a 10 cent risk. It was pretty wonderful. And then I just stopped looking at it. Ended up selling it for the overall market and breaking through these 200s really quick. I'm trying to fuck you in your bestie, yeah. You have a strategy in the pre-market, and you think the stock's gonna go one way, end up going the other, and you have to be dynamic. I mean, you have to just go with the price action. You know, if you want to take it short, but it's not showing that, don't force it. See where the traders are taking it, and that's what I end up doing, just from these wicks and bouncing out the 200. And yeah, I know I think a lot of traders are watching. They're expecting to go short, and it didn't, so they all went long at once too. But yeah, it was a fun trade to take. Really, my next trade was on XOM, and a really weird 5-minute candle performance here. Just huge and tiny, the massive sell-off, so not very smooth. And what I wanted to take it short. I've seen it sell off real quick, and I didn't want to take it short at VWAP. I wanted to get confirmation on the 5-minute, and if it broke the 5-minute, broke the 9 on the 5-minute and the candle, the body, there's no wick, so just breaking that candle, I was going to take it short with the technical target of the next moving average on the 5-minute. So more or less a scalp. I didn't have any target. This was not what I intended it to do or anything like that. I could probably go heavy and grab that real quick off the huge sell-off. So what I did was I waited for the 5-minute close about there, and then I went short and had a target, which was the this was the 50 EMA on the one, which is about the same as the 20 EMA in the 5-minute. So my stop was above VWAP, so it was about 1-to-1 risk, not the best, but I thought with that momentum it may just jump down to the next level on there, and it did, and it broke through even lower, but I ended up covering just because it was just it almost hit my stop up here, got me a little nervous, and then I covered some here, waited to see what happened. I moved my stop to break even after that, and so it didn't test my stop, punched down again, covered more, and then just kind of made higher lows, and then it started to run up a little bit. I thought it could be over. It was just whipsawing around, so I got out the rest. And yeah, so just a kind of a quick scalp trade, more difficult than my Intel trade. YUMC. Famous Rob YUMC trade that he was a silent killer and rode that up all day, caught the reversal. I have a sadder story. Never mind this. This is a simulated hotkey that I'm working on. So all you guys that use buying power to enter your position, so let's just say I have a $5,000 account. I have a little bit different approach with a small account. When I get up to maybe a $30,000, $40,000 account, I'll probably change the share size. But what happens is, if I have $5,000 in my account, I never want to risk more than 1% per trade, right? So with $5,000, I buy a $30 stock. Can't risk more than 1%. So 30 cents is my max stop market, my max stop that I can risk. Now let's just say the technicals, it's more than 30 cents based on this chart here, YMC, more than 30 cents. This would be a technical stop, would be to get out at the break of the low of the reversal candle. You need more of a stop. I put a 30-cent stop. I didn't do the math quick enough. This is, I think, my third day trying these new hotkeys, and I'm not used to doing this math on the fly. And Andrew could do it just in his head. He's a engineered, super smart guy, PhD, so I can't compete with that. I have to have everything laid out on me on the Stream Deck. So what I did was that if I want to take more than 30 cents on the $30 stock for a stop, I take half size, 2 hotkeys, half size, full size of buying power of my account. So $2,500, and then I could widen my stop to 60 cents. And it would have been handy because I wouldn't have used all 60 cents. I would have used about 50 cents if I entered around 36.80, and then my stop was around 36.40. So 40 cents. I needed a little more. I would have been fine because that's a technical level, and you have to go through technicals, not just throwing in stops based on how much risk you can take on your trade. You have to really look at the technical chart and just do that all in your head at once. That's why trading's so hard, especially, maybe I'm overcomplicating it. But so that was a sad story. Just touched my stop and I got stopped out. But working on that, working on just taking half size, full size, and then mentally changing, double my stop, have normal stops. So that's an approach that I can do real quick on my hotkeys, and I want to get really good at that. So then I could catch these moves like that based on the technicals.